All right, for today's video on project number 2, we're working on a 2004 Chevrolet Blazer. Brief summary of the suspension system we got here. So we have a short arm, long arm suspension set up here to accommodate the four-wheel drive system. So as you can see right here, we have a shock absorber, and for our spring action on the front, we use a torsion bar. And then really quick going to the rear side, as you can see, we have a shock absorber right here, and then we use a leaf spring suspension system on this solid rear end. Alrighty, so looking real quick at how I would adjust for camber and caster and tow on the front of the vehicle. As you can see here, we have a eccentric cam on the top of the control arm. That's how I can adjust my front camber and caster. If you look here, the rear is going to have a little bit more effect on the camber and caster than the front because it's closer to the ball joint. The specs for this, so on the front side, here real quick, as you can see our specs, so for camber on the front left and the front right, the spec is about 0 degrees, but has a tolerance of plus or minus 1 degree. And as for caster on the front as well, you can see it has a spec of 2.8 degrees, but it has a tolerance of plus or minus 1 degree for caster. And that's only on the front left side, but on the front right side, as you can see, the caster does change, probably to compensate for something. So we have our spec is at 3.3 degrees with a plus or minus tolerance of 1 degree. Going back over here, my toe can be changed using the sleeve here, this adjustable sleeve on my tie rod. As you can see, that tie rod's seen better days, but that bushing is still wonderful. So adjusting this in or out will change my overall toe on one side of the vehicle. Same thing for the other side. As for the lower control arms, they don't adjust for anything. So there's no cams there. So the only adjustment for the front for that would be to move that guy right there, that eccentric cam. That would change my camber and caster. And going back to the specs here for tow, you can see the spec is for 0.5 degrees, 0.05 degrees, plus or minus a degree, and that is for both sides. So both sides the tow is the same, so they want it to be as close to 0, I guess, as possible. So overall here you can see the cross camber, the cross caster. Alrighty, when viewing on the Hunter adjustment site, you can see here that it says the manufacturer does not specify rear camber or toe adjustments. So if we walk back over the vehicle. All right, as you can see here, there are no eccentric cams to adjust on here or anything like that. So the only way you would be able to adjust is if you put a shim in between here and the tube. So right underneath this plate would be the only way you can adjust for any kind of camber or toe. As for SAI, the specification is just 0 degrees, so it doesn't show any other tolerances other than that. So, and for IA, there are no specifications for that as well, so you'd probably have to go to the OEs to figure that information out if you really wanted it.